W with M-R-M-I-K-E.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Mike. Today we are going to draw a robot. Now, you may be thinking, hey, that kind of looks like something familiar to me. Not the robot part, but the shape of the robot. Now, the shape of this robot was inspired by, you're not going to believe this, a salt shaker. That's right, a salt shaker. So this is just an everyday object that we can find in our house, and I decided I wanted to use the shape to make a character. So I made a robot out of it. Now I do this all the time with stuff where I'll see a shape of an object and I'll make up something just based on that shape. And you can do that too. You can do that with anything in your house. You can make a lamp, you can make a hairbrush character, you can do all sorts of stuff like this. But today, we're going to learn how to draw a robot that kind of looks like a salt shaker. And we only need 4 basic lines and shapes to do this. An arc, a circle, a line, and an oval. Well, let's see how this all fits together. All right, let's start off with the arc that goes right at the top. And we'll just have it go right here. Now, if at any point in this video you need to pause it to catch up, just pause the video, catch up, and then join back in with us. All right, next I'm going to add in a line on an angle like this to each side of that arc. And then I'm going to join it at the bottom and close that shape off with another arc. There's going to be a lot of arcs in this drawing. There's always a lot of arcs in my drawings. Have you noticed that? Have you watched a lot of my videos? You may see lots of arcs. I like arcs. All right, we're going to add another one here. And then we're going to add another arc here. And then another arc here. Just like that. Now let's see here. We're going to add in a few more arcs. We'll do one here. Let's close up that gap if you have a gap. It's no problem. And then we're going to add in 2 more. 1, 2, like that. So your shapes should look something like this. And then we're going to add in where the mouth would be. It's just going to be a bunch of lines. We're going to add in 5 lines. Ready? We'll start off here and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and now we're going to add in the eyes. Now the eyes on this character are going to go straight across like this. 2 lines, and then we're going to have arcs on the bottom, just like that. Very small arcs. I actually colored that one in. I was going to say to color it in anyway, but I colored it in. It's so small. My marker's so big here, it colored in by itself. Okay, so you want to have 2 eyes about that big. And now we're going to add in the antenna. At the top, we'll add in a line that goes up with a circle on top. All right, now we'll add in 2 more lines on an angle, one here, and then one over here. And these are kind of like the shoulders. Okay, and next, let's add in some more arcs. What do you say? We'll add in an arc here, and then another arc that goes all the way across the front of the robot, there. Okay, now we're going to add in a line that's going to go from here. It's going to go all the way down on an angle, this. And then we're going to do one across the bottom, and we'll stop right about here. Now the idea is we want this to be the bottom corner that's going to join with this. Okay, so you want to go as far over as you have to so that this line would join here. So now we can go draw a line here and stop right at that corner, just like that. Next, we're going to have another line. Now this line is going to go back on an angle this way. And imagine that this line here would come down, it would stop maybe here. So I'm going to have this line go back on an angle. I'm going to have this line. I'm not going to go all the way across here. Okay, let's actually start at the top. We'll do a short line here and stop. And then we're going to draw the arm. We're not going to continue yet. I want to put that whole arm in here before we finish this. Okay, so let's add in an arm. We're going to do a line, and then another line, and then one more line on an angle here. Okay, next we're going to add in 2 more lines. It'll be going outward like this, another one, like that, and then we'll close these lines off here with an arc to make it look like it's rounded. And then we'll do the same thing over here. We're going to have another arc. You can make that bigger than these 2 lines like I did there. And then we're going to have 2 more lines like that. Now that we've added in this arm, we can extend this line to the arm. Then on the other side of where the arm is, we can have the line come down and join to that corner there. You see why I didn't want to draw that line. I didn't know how big the arm was going to be, so I didn't want to just keep continuing drawing here. I wanted to have the arm there first, then have the line go down. Sometimes we make choices when we're doing our drawings to plan for the drawing. Now, before we get into the hand over here, I'm going to add in the arm on this side. So let's add in a line, and then another line. Let's make it a little bit longer, like there. And then we can have our curve, like that. And then another line on top, and another line on the bottom. And now we're at the same point on this side as we are on this side. Now we have to add in the hand. Okay, now to do that, let's add in an arc, and then an arc here. And we're going to add in another arc. Almost, we can have it go almost like a half circle there. And then another one on the bottom. That's a half circle, and we just join that together. It's almost like it's a full circle. Almost looks like a boxing glove there, but we don't have a thumb. That's all right. So you just have your almost a full circle, but we're doing it as arcs because we're leaving this gap here for this other shape. Now we're going to do the fingers. This will just be almost like they're rectangles, but we only need to draw 3 lines. So we'll do one up, one over, one down. Okay, and then we're going to do 4 of these fingers. So 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Now this hand, it's so funny. I'll show you at the end. I'll show you at the end that the hand, actually I can show you now. The hand on this one is so much, this is a much bigger drawing than this one. And it just looks like a different kind of robot. That's so silly that it looks so different. Look at that. Each time I do it a little different. But that's fine, because it's still a fun drawing to do. And each time it's gonna come out a little different. That's okay. So now we're gonna add in the same shapes over here on this side. So let's actually make this an arc here and an arc here. There. And then we're going to add in those kind of rectangles, but we only need the 3 lines. One up, over, and then down. And make 4 of these fingers over and then down. Up, over. Actually this is the cross. Can't say up, over, and down for all of them. And then 3 more lines here. Okay, so at least the hands are the same size. Do you think that this is a salt shaker or a pepper shaker? I'm curious, maybe it shoots pepper or salt out of its hands. That's what this robot does. It seasons your meal right before you eat it. All right, so now we're gonna add in this arc. I made this like little shape on the front of the robot. An arc here with 2 lines, 1, 2, and then we'll have another line go across here. And then next we're gonna do a line that comes down all the way to here. And we'll do 3 ovals that will come in. Are they ovals? Yes, they're ovals. There are 3 ovals. We'll do 1, 2, 3. Just like that. All right, now we're going to add in the legs. So let's do 1 leg here as a line, and then another line. And then I'm going to have this leg. You'll notice in my original drawing, I didn't have the robot walking, but we might as well make the robot walk. Let's change it up a little bit because it looks like this robot is so far leaned back that it should be taking a step. So I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm going to have this leg come out this way with a line and then another line, just like that. And now it looks like it's stretching its foot out. Its leg is outward. Now we're going to add in here, it's going to be the foot. It'll be an arc. And then another arc. Okay, and then we're going to join those together with lines. So we'll put a line across here. And then another line across here. And then we're going to do 2, I guess they're ovals. They're going to be ovals. They're not quite circles because they're a little thinner. So it's going to be an oval here, and then another oval here. Now we're going to add in the detail on the legs, or just lines that go across like this, all the way down. You just repeat the lines over and over until you get to the bottom. Okay, and next we're going to do the same thing over here, but it's going to look a little different than my original drawing because we're lifting the leg. So we're going to start here, a little bit off of the ground line here. We'll draw the ground line here, a line here, and a line here. So you know where the ground is. And now we can make sure that our foot is a little bit off the ground. So we'll start our arc here, a little bit off the ground, and we'll have it go to here. Now we're going to add another arc here. And I think we can just add in a line that's going to go from here. Actually, I know we can add a line here, and then another line here. Now it looks like the robot is taking a step. So we're going to add in those ovals. There's one here. And another oval here. Another line across here. Now we'll add in those detail lines that go this way. Just like that. So we have a walking salt or pepper shaker. And maybe it shoots salt and it's salt and pepper out of its fingers. We could have like little salt and pepper coming out of the fingers here. That would be so silly, right? Why not add it? Just have to make little tiny dots there. It's so funny. We're just using our imagination and coming up with something so silly. Have you ever seen a salt and pepper robot? Well, now you have. Let's add in a thick black outline around this just to finish off the lines and smooth it out. I don't do this all the time, but sometimes I do. And sometimes I think it finishes the drawing, it just smooths out all the lines. Now, there are no rules when it comes to coloring. You can color this any color you want. And I'm so curious what your color choices are gonna be. I'm curious what my color choices are gonna be. I don't know what color I'm going to make this robot. But if you follow along to the end of this video, you can see what color choices I made, and you can, do the same thing, or you can come up with your own. It's your drawing. So all I'm gonna do is I'm using the side of my marker to make a thick black outline around the outside lines, not the inside lines. I'm just doing the outside lines, just to finish this off. Just like that, up here, and we'll do that other arm over there. And I'll do this circle. This is looking pretty good. I think I might like this one better than my original, just because it's got the funny salt and pepper fingers, finger shooter salt and pepper things. Great job following along. And you see, friends, you see how a little imagination can go a long way with just an everyday object that's in your house. Just imagine all of the fun things that you can create if you just use your imagination. Now, watch to the end of the video to see what color choices I made, and I can't wait to see what color choices that you make. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for drawing with me today. Bye. Let's draw with Mr. Mike. For this and other episodes, drawing lessons, activities, and books, please visit drawwithmrmike.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Draw with Mr. Mike channel on YouTube, Vimeo, and Facebook. Draw with Mr. Mike. Let's draw with Mr. Mike. D-R-A-W with M-R-M-I-K-E.